Alright, at this point, I would expect you guys to do as much as you can to submit lab 1-1. That was Monday, right? This was Monday, so I think we all finished with that. You can revisit if you feel like you forget something. Lab 1.2 in the file name, I don't like using dot, so lab 1-2 here. That is next is on GitHub. Push that to GitHub, please. Okay, this lab is quite short compared to. Okay, it's not that short, huh? Did you finish C2? So do give it a try, right? Now it's okay to just submit, and you only finish A and B because it's work in progress. In the weekend and stuff, you may want to go back and improve things. But I need people to please submit these files. 1-2. For -3, we did it today. Okay, we did it today, and you can see milestone A is not too hard. I covered it completely, so that's in the video. Milestone B, well, technically A still include this, but by now I hope that you guys, feels more comfortable. But if you have questions, we are very happy to answer. Okay, the secret to all in this milestone is only that, right? So I very quickly give that answer. This is flowers. You add the flower to flower. That's it. And here return all the flowers. That's all it is. And then when you def total price, you check out the flowers each, and then you take the total price in each flower. Okay? So your sum is 0. You return the final sum, but in here you do sum is sum plus flower price. And that's pretty much everything you need to write. Along the way, you feel free to put the debug statement here. Put, for example, I'm putting here, I would say, adding, I have the line here already, right? Added flower.name to the bouquet, right? Something like that, yeah? So this is the return statement here, right? Just clear it that way, I guess. Any questions? Bouquet. Revisit that, and you feel pretty strong about class. It's good to start out. And then B, I believe, it may feel overwhelming at first, but the only thing you need to look at is my screenshot from the lecture, right? Here will be hint. Oh, I can't even edit it now, Loy. Can you unlock the edit thing for me? Or can you just add the word hint? Look at the Harley screenshot or something like that. That screenshot in lecture. Now I'm going to talk to you about B2 here, so that you guys can do that at home. Okay, if you do it a bit more, don't hesitate to ask questions. But it really helps you understand class better. I'm doing it. I'm going to do that fast now, but because I do it fast now, but when you do it, you can take your own time. My goal is to, can you move it to before to do item here? Before, yep. Do I have C? Yeah, you can ignore C. So the good news is I only expect you guys to do up until B. Excellent. So here, all right. So I'm going to copy these things, talk us through it. Let's copy just a few, maybe up until this point. Yeah. You see that with B, with this milestone, this milestone, I mainly just ask you guys what to do, and I expect you to know how to create a class already. So this is very fast. Create a new file. Actually, now it's called item.rb. When you follow this, then this is our assignment, by the way, the weekly assignment. So it's sort of leading to the assignment work. So I have the assignment folder here. I create the item.rb file, and then I define a class in it, no problem. Alright, so that's just the item class. And then you defining an initialize method that takes one argument. That is the name of the item. And by now I think we're pretty comfortable. We understand that it is a name attribute, right? Something in that item like that, but it has to be in an initialize. It takes one name, so then you set it to name, and then you do this. Right? This is a lot of practice with every single class. It looks the same. What's wrong with the code here? What's wrong?
Styling.
Huh? Yeah, no, seriously, indented in, right? Okay. So then, what else do I need to do? An attribute beside name. I want an attribute done. Okay. And the idea here is, when I talk about attribute done, then I encourage you guys to just do the slow way first. Don't use the attribute reader stuff. So start with that. Feel very comfortable. Define attribute done so that we can set done to be true. It means when you run this code, item.done true, it should work. I'm going to move this code over here to my item file. Okay, let's see. Here. Let's go all of them. Item and then item like this, right? Okay, so it means I have to load this file and run it. Right now, if I run it, it's going to go there. IRB item. Wrong number of arguments in line 2. What's going on? Good. Fantastic. How do we fix this? So you don't have to trust my input. This is taking 0 argument. Sunay, can you help me fix this code? I load this item file. You can help me. Really, like it say that if you read this from bottom down, or from top down, I run this file. And then here's the greeting, here's the first error. What line of code does it complain? Sine? Where is 22? Line 2, right? So it's line 2 here, and it's complaining that it's the wrong number of argument. So do you fix it here? Louis? Do you think should I just fix it and remove this? If I remove this, then probably it will work, no? No argument, because that's what it's complaining. In line 11, so you read down a little bit more. This line, item.rb 11, new, right? So if there's something they don't agree with each other, this is a case where you actually don't fix this first line. You look at the line that called that, and you might want to fix that. Sine, can I ask you if we're looking at line 11, line 11 is here. If I want to change this line so that I don't get an error, do you have any suggestion? Yeah, great. New something. Yes. So you want an argument, right? Okay. So what is it that we put in new? Okay, so new name. So for example, I'm going to say learn class. This is our one item we want to do. So we're talking about a to-do app. So here, it's a to-do item, so it's like a task. With a task, we think about what we need to keep track of in a task. So we have an item name, a task name. Sorry, I named it item already, so you just think about it as a task if you prefer. Alright, so if I run this now, I'll just follow the trace of error. each of you to help me troubleshoot that. Okay. All right. Oscar, where's the error next?
No ads for item.
This line, right?
Yeah, he says, did you mean add items?
Correct. So you jump, you figure out why. So I asked where the error is, right? It's line 12. And why is because we're not using the same variable. Sinead, could you tell me what is add item? Is it a local variable or is it an instance variable? Okay, so if I do item equals blah, for example, if it's a string, right? This is a local variable. Okay. If I do an add item here, come again? Sorry, can you speak louder? Yes, it's the instance variable. And I show in the past lecture that with the instance variable, when I load the IRB, I can access it. All right, I can call add item inside the IRB down here. What happened just now is that if I run this, it will just give me some errors, and I want to go through the process of troubleshooting errors so you guys feel really comfortable when you read the code. Next, Ian, what error are we getting? Can you speak louder, please? Line 13, right? Undefined method done equal. So what should we do? I define that method. And it's called value. So, Stan, how do I implement this method?
Add symbol.
Add symbol.
Done.
Well, yeah, add done.
And done equals value.
Equal value. So now I complete what is called a reader for done. Sinead, I'm sorry, I have to interrupt. I think you could I have your attention on the screen? Because I don't think you take a look at the screen at all. Okay. So with the done and undone here, we complete this for one attribute.
So then we can just move it up, right?
Yeah, so you can move it up, but this process of running it, now I feel that everything I have down here, I hope that this now can run. Oh God, I still make one mistake. Louis, can you fix this for me? There's one more add? Alright. So then it's really fun now. I already defined an item. In that item, I have the name and the done. Right? Can someone guess, like, if we're building an application that let you track, let you track of the things you have to do. So I call them a to-do app. Okay? What's your favorite task management system? What's your favorite to-do app? Do you use any? Do you use Notes?
OmniFocus.
Yes.
OmniFocus is super powerful one. You use Notes?
Todoist is also nice.
Todoist, it's super nice. Anyone else? Lloyd, what do you use?
Note-taking?
Yeah, no, to track whether something is done or not.
I just use the notepad that's on.
Yeah, no, the Notes app. Yeah. Then what do you use? Then
Chrome extension.
a Chrome extension. I think, for example, this Chrome extension has it. You remind me now.
Yeah,
Momentum has it, right? So today, this is sort of the focus today.
Yeah, I think
So-
bottom right you get
right.
like a whole-
And then here, if I type T, I have a to-do list here. And so here, for example, for our class, we've done learn number, learn strings, learn arrays, and we have done them. So we check them as 1, 2, 3. They are done. So the right hand side here is the string. That is item dot name. On the left hand side is a checkbox. That is item dot done, whether it's true or false. Okay? We still need something that keep track of these guys, like 3 of them, 5 of them. Let's call that a list. Yeah, no, right. Remember, so now remember that we had class flower, and then after you're done with flower, we have a class bouquet. In that bouquet, you start with initialize flowers. Do you remember this? So now when we move to the to-do app, it will be something like that. I have an item already, so I'm going to build a to-do list. Here's my list. And I have a initialize items. Okay, I won't give anything there just to scare you guys first though. Items, and I store the items in there. So let's see. Items now, the list, I can give it a default value here, where if I do list.new, I still have a list with 0 items. I can start adding them. So notice I have 2 classes now. I'm going to use them together. Okay? So I have def items, and by now I'm not going to repeat myself, so I'm going to call it attribute accessor items. Okay? Means I'm going to rerun this. Right? I have this item, but I want to put this item to a list. Let's say I only ever have one list, like this Momentum website. I have one list for today. When we are more advanced, we can create more than one list, right? So list.new for today, this is my today list. And then list.items is nothing. I have nothing to do yet. So it's like me deleting all this item. Oh my God, there's no easy way to delete them. And then I'm going to start adding some items to it. So I do this for now, and I add the item to it. My list now, if you enter list, the list now has an items attribute and an array of items inside it. Yeah? I don't like having to remember this. This sounds like it's hard to write. That's when I remember to add flower to the bouquet thing. It's exactly the same thing. I will add an item to it. Okay? I will add an item to my list. And what I'm doing inside is super simple. I change the internal items attribute. So if I have it, and I have the item like this, I'm going to start creating better test data. It goes like this. Item 1, right? This will be, item 2, item 3, item 4, and then this will be learn before that. So let's go back to learn numbers, learn strings, learn methods, and learn class. I do want to learn variables too, because this is the hard one. And then maybe instant variables. So I have item 1, 2, 3, 4. I can create my today list. Today equals list.new. What do I pass in here? If I don't do anything, I have a list with nothing to do. But if I start putting an array, I can start adding them. So item 1, item 2, item 3, item 4, and item 5. Are we clear on how to create this list? So then I will now go and run this. I have today. I actually don't care about the other guys anymore. Today, now it looks a bit scary, right? Today has one attribute inside. It's called items. But in that attribute, the value of that attribute is a list. I'm calling it a list, but it's an array. Each array is this like numbers, strings, etc. Are these items done yet? I haven't done them. I haven't marked them as done. So when you start creating them, let's assume that they're not done. So I could say, hey, an item is not done by default. Right? But sometimes you want to create an item where you want it to be done. For example, item 6 is that, item 6. Let's just say something that we have done.
Pay tuition.
Huh?
Pay tuition.
Paste?
Pay tuition.
Or pay tuition, right? Pay tuition. And then this is done. So maybe you want to pass in as true. You see? You can see the pattern, how I improve my program step by step. And I'm like, okay, actually, I want to be able to mark it as true too. But when you do this, remember last time I forgot to change? I now change it to name and done. And now I have these items. The item 6 is what? This pay tuition is already done. So I'm going to go another way. I say add item 6 because I implemented that add item method. You see this guy? This is when I'm going to split the screen because I'm going to show you list on the right hand side and item on the left. All right.
Do you need 2 arguments now from item 1 to 5?
No need. Yes, thank you very much. You just helped me fix it. Equals false. Yeah? What's the point of doing false, 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 false? It's not fun to write. I want to make my code a little bit better, right? But it's true that you need it if you don't have, the default argument here. Okay? And then I have a today list of the things I've done and things I am going to do. Sounds clear enough? And then in here, so maybe I want to display only the things that I need to do. Okay? Display done and display undone. Would it be good? Or display to do and display done? What do you like?
Finish.
Display finished or completed? And display what? Pending, unfinished? Naming is always the hardest thing. Right? And you hate it now, right? So I'm just going to undone. Is it okay? Undone. Because the problem is display new is like I have an item I haven't done, but it's like from last year, so it's not really new. So I'm going to call everything undone. I will call this display done. If it's too confusing, you guys can change, okay? I'm going to have these 2 methods. And I say put displaying done items and put displaying undone item. Undone is such a bad word. Sorry, we can never be happy. Right? Sounds good? And if I test it here, list. I called today is not list anymore. Right? I called today. Just here. There's nothing to take note right now. Just follow here so we can just trying to get an idea of the requirements. Some logic maybe a little bit that takes reviewing, but I just encourage you guys just to follow on the screen. You can stop me if you like. Okay? So where is today? Today I define it here. I have done 2 steps to define today. Initially a list of things, and then after that I change my mind and I update my list of things. This is very normal. In your program, in real life, this is what happened when you say, pay tuition, press enter. That's calling the .add method, right? When you load the program initially, it's like calling this .new. All right, so now I need to do this. Today, display done. Well, right now it's not doing anything, but at least I know where the code is, right? And display undone. See, I know where the code is. So let's display done items. I only have one of them. It looks nice. So I'm going to go here and what should I do? Take the items, look through them, do item. Each is coming back to us now. Right? We haven't forgotten them. If item.done equals
True.
true, then we display that item.
Item done.
I'm just going to display using this nice syntax, and I say item.name. Are we good with that? I'm going to try running it. So now you can still stare at this, right? While you're waiting for me to run the script. Today.display done. Yeah? Oh no, I did not have a reader for name. Attribute accessor name. Okay? I did not implement def name and def unname. Right? Oh, unname. Def name equal. Alright, let's try again. To do display done. Did you guys see this? Ignore the return value here, yeah? Display done items. Okay? So you could make it prettier, right? But now you can do exactly the same thing for undone. Let me introduce one new concept. It's called a Boolean method that returns true or false. Would it be nicer if I just say dot completed question mark? Right? Sinead, can you guess dot done question mark? Is it a variable or is it a method? Yeah, done question mark. There's a dot in front of it, so it is a method. So you see dot equal, and no done equal here. I just define another method called done question mark. Okay, so it makes my code even easier to read, right? So done equals true. Are we okay with that? So now my code looks a little easier to read, and you can do the same thing down here. And you can use if, not done, no, unless. Okay. One final thing. I asked you guys to do item.rb from in the future. This is my assignment. By this weekend, you will have to handle multiple files. So it will look like this. There's a list.rb file. If I have list.rb, one class per file. Then you have this list. You have to copy it. Where do I take it? I take it to the list.rb file. Let me go to list. And I paste it in there. Oops. This is my list. And now you can forget about the item.rb file. In list, you can require the item file first because you need to use item. Okay, actually you don't. Wow, amazing. My code doesn't even need it. But I want to test it. So I copy these guys over list. The list is like the outside thing, so you're coming in. Item is now what list needs. But list is what I work with now. So I need to change this to loading the list file. Right? I'm loading the list file. In the list, there's a special syntax that says require relative. It loads the item file, and I know the definition of an item class. Okay? And then we just run it. You can now do the exact same thing. Display done. It works. Okay? So we're getting very close to building an app in a command line where it has a definition of an item in an item.rb file, definition of a list in a list file, and maybe we create a new file that is like called interface or to do.rb. That file is responsible to talking to the user, puts and gets. We'll get there. Right, thanks all. That's all for today.